guys, this video is going to be a little bit different because I'm doing not exactly a voiceover, but kind of. I'm going to be showing you some things that we did and be talking to you like this, and you'll see that stuff on parts of this video. Don't worry, you'll understand once I get to that part. But anyway, I wanted to share the meal that I prepared for, or Jeff helped me prepare it for whenever we went to my sister-in-law's house, her family's house, because Jeff and Noah went dove hunting. I'm recording this part on Monday, and the rest of it was done on Sunday, and I have tried to record this part several times, and I can't stop referencing the proper days, so I'm just going to go with it because that's how my brain works. So, on Sunday, they went down to go dove hunting for the very last time of the this part of the season. The season it's a split season, so it'll be for a certain amount of time and then it'll come back later. Anyway, they did that, and I cooked down there, or Jeff actually helped me with part of it. He cut up the vegetables that needed to be cut up, the onions and peppers, and we put together the meal and took it to my sister-in-law's and cooked it. She actually cooked some cabbage and fried cornbread as well, so we all three cooked. So anyways, I'm gonna try to stop saying so and but you know that's probably not gonna happen because I just can't stop. But I do have the recipe marked here so that I can tell you what we had. We were supposed to, okay, let me start that part over. The recipe calls for chicken, for smoked chicken, but we already had quite a bit of smoked pork in the freezer, so we decided to go with that instead. But you can do chicken or pork, whichever one your heart desires, whichever one you actually can have, because I know some of you cannot have pork. So I would say go with the chicken. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, this recipe is good. It reminded me of Brunswick stew, and it is delicious. It is Smokehouse chicken and vegetable stew, and it takes a while to cook it. It takes about 8 hours on low to cook, or on high to cook it. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you some more things about it that I did, so that you'll know you can do it too. So let's go ahead and get to this part of me telling you what's in it. And while that I am telling you what's in it, I'm going to show you me putting it in the pot. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that Jeff and I just put everything into a Ziploc bag, and then, well, we had a Ziploc bag for the meat because it was already in it from where we had frozen it, and we took it out of the freezer and put it in the refrigerator the day before. That way it could be thawed. So we had that in a bag, and then we put all of the rest of these things that I'm going to tell you, except the meat, into another bag. And I'm going to tell you some more of my ideas after I get done with this part. So let's go ahead and do this part. I'm going to show you me putting it in the pot, which is not that big of a deal. 1 cup of chicken broth, 1/2 cup of sweet and spicy barbecue sauce, 1 1/4 cups refrigerated pre-chopped tricolor bell pepper, which you guys know we cut our own, 1 cup of frozen baby lima beans, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, 2 pounds of pulled smoked chicken, of course we use pork, 1 26-ounce jar of fire roasted tomato and garlic pasta sauce, 1 16-ounce package of frozen mixed vegetables, and 1 8-ounce container refrigerated pre-chopped onion, which we cut up our own onion. So you're supposed to put all of it into the slow cooker, cook it for 8 hours on high. And that's it. That's what you're supposed to do. And of course I'll put it down, either a link or else this actual recipe in the description. So there's a few things I wanted to talk about with this. We actually didn't have the full 8 hours, and I decided to take my Instant Pot, my big one, because, well, one, my other one was dirty. My crock pot was dirty, so I didn't want to wash it yesterday morning and take it down there and I didn't feel like washing it the night before, so we just were like, okay, we'll just take the Instant Pot. I wanted to take it for the reason of my other one was dirty, that was big enough, because the other ones were not dirty. Let's just stop talking about dirty dishes. And the other reason was I wasn't sure if it was going to get done in time for us to eat it. And I thought, well, if all else fails, I'll pressure cook it for just like a few minutes. So that's what I did. I took it down there, I put it in the pot, and we cooked it for like 5 hours, I want to say. And it probably would have been just fine, but I was like, oh, because, okay, here's the situation. Everything in the pot was cooked except the onions and bell peppers and the frozen vegetables. Everything else, like the meat was cooked and all the sauce was cooked, all of that. So the only things that were not cooked before I put it into the pot were the vegetables. The vegetables, I wasn't sure about the lima beans. So I thought, well, I'll just pressure cook it for just a few minutes. So that's what I did. I did it for 20 minutes on high, pressure cooked it. Probably didn't have to do it that long, but either way, it didn't matter. That's what I did. I do feel like you could probably do this thing, like if you wanted to use it as an Instant Pot meal, you could do it probably on high for, like, use the bean chili setting, and it would have been just fine. And do it on the slow cook setting for 8 hours. You know, slow cook it, whichever one you want to do. It would have been just as good either way. But I wanted to bring out the facts that this recipe is super versatile, because one, you can Instant Pot it, you can fast cook it, or you can cook it in a slow cooker, or you can cook it on the stove top. You could probably even put this inside a Dutch oven in the oven, and it'd probably be great. You could probably put it on the grill and it'd be great. This is just some good stuff. Put it on an open fire outside, it'd probably be great. But the other versatile thing about it is you can put everything into a freezer bag. Like, let's just dream a little bit. We go ahead and we put in a Boston butt, we smoke it, okay? We've got a whole lot of meat there, right? Well, say we go to Sam's, buy the vegetables we need. Go ahead and buy the cut up onions and peppers if you want to. Buy all the things that we need, and we could make some fantastic freezer meals out of this. And take them out of the freezer, let them thaw in the refrigerator overnight, throw them in the slow cooker, you've got a meal right there. You could make it whatever size you want. You could like make it all in a big bowl, and then just like before you cook it, make it all in a big bowl. Like, y'all have seen my big bowls before, but anyway, do that. And then portion out whatever size you want. If you want to just do enough for a 2-quart slow cooker, because maybe there's only 2 of you in the home, then you could just portion out a small bag. Like, don't do a whole gallon, just do half gallon or something like that. This is a very versatile meal, and like I said, you don't have to use pork like we did. That's not even what the recipe calls for. It calls for chicken. We just had smoked pork already, and I didn't want to smoke chicken if we had smoked pork. So, very versatile, very yummy. Everybody liked it. Everybody went back for seconds. I think some went back for thirds, and there was even leftovers. So, this is a good meal if you decide to cook it. I was very excited about this one because it is super versatile. You can use it as a freezer meal. You can fast cook it, slow cook it, whatever you want to do. But I also have a few clips of some of the outside world where we were at yesterday, and of Kaylee fishing and different things like that, because they were dove hunting, but there was also fishing going on too. I just sat in my chair the whole time. I really regretted it afterwards because I should have gotten up and walked around a little bit, but I didn't feel like getting up. But I'm going to just show you a little bit of clip of that, of them, whatever was going on, the outside world, and let you listen to a little bit of music.
follows is one and the same. If all you need is someone to take the time, don't go looking, babe, here I am. Now if you want a real good friend, or if you need some sweet loving, or if you're looking for someone who won't pretend, don't go looking, babe, here I am. Why just crawl when you could be flying? Life's just a flash, forever dying. The shortest space between hell and goodbye. There ain't no use to sit around crying for all I know. So if you look at life like from a side, when chances they all keep sliding away, there's just one thing to remember, though it's hard, no matter where you go, babe, there you are. Why just crawl when you could be flying? Life is just a flash, forever dying. The shortest space between hell and goodbye. There ain't no use to sit around crying when we are all you've been trying to find. No need looking, babe, here I am. No more looking, 'cause here I am.
Okay, so I know that wasn't much, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. I enjoyed being outside, the fresh air, the cows around. I mean, they weren't like right up against us, but they could have been if they wanted to be. We were in their domain. But it was just fun to be outside in the fresh air and enjoy nature while the food was in the house cooking and we didn't have to think about it. So if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you like my channel, go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload. Leave me a comment down below, let me know how you're doing, and remember, don't take any wooden nickels, and be sweet.